Well, I've arrived at Decoy Lakes and this place is windy at the best of times, but today we're going to have gusts up to 45 mile an hour and 20 mile an hour plus winds all day. So it's going to be an interesting day, mostly feeder fishing I think, but might be a bit of short pole fishing because I think they're going to peg us with the wind off our backs. I was supposed to be here last week, but the winds there were 60 plus miles an hour, and they recorded gusts over 80 mile an hour last week with Storm Sierra, I don't know what it was pronounced, but it's Storm Dennis today, so I'm getting fed up with these storms. But it's going to be an interesting match. There's about 60 booked in. Whether or not 60 will turn up, we'll have to wait and see. We're all here practicing for the Angling Trust Winter League final, which is in a week or two's time, and it's going to be an interesting day. It took me about an hour and 40 minutes to get here today, so not too bad a jaunt. Hopefully I'll make it through the 5 hours. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think well, this is Beastly Lake behind me. I don't know if that's going to be in today. I know most of the strips are going to be in. Damson, Elm, Cedar, Oak and Yew, which spells Decoy. But I don't know what other lakes are going to be in today. But it should be an interesting match. It's going to be tough fishing, but better than where I have been going, I think. Because Decoy Lakes is prolific. If you're on them, you could catch £100 today, no problem. Or you could struggle for a bite. But we'll have to wait and see. We're going to have a draw soon. I'm here with loads of time, so time to have a little walk round and pay me pools and buy some maggots and hopefully draw a flyer.
What we got then?
No, you tell me, Johnny.
Any good ones left?
All of them.
Oh, 24 sometimes. Is that alright?
That's a good peg.
Is that this way?
It's right up near the car park. You walk down on the right hand side. No.
Off of a nice anchoring bit of corn, a little bit more windproof. Just keep chucking 5 grains of corn. Oh, he's got one already on 22, which is apparently the boss peg. At 4 foot, fishing half a gram in 4 foot of water. It's horrible. No back shot at the moment because I just think it's too windy for a back shot. I just think dunk me poulted if I have to. Fancy catch some fish here, it's just sometimes they want to be just back from where the wind's blowing. First thing I set up, my little 9-foot rod, because that wind's going to change. At the moment it's right in my face, now it's going to blow diagonally, which could make it rather unpleasant. I don't want to feed any pellets just yet, I just want to see how bad it's towing before I start. Pellets in that could spread around. Everyone's got the wind off their backs, Johnny said. And I'm looking right up the lake with it in my chops. Has to be me, doesn't it? With the weather being like this, there could be fish down the edge from the off. Plus Decoy is one of those rare venues when you can catch all day down the edge, even in winter, on some pegs and some days. And I ain't got many other options at the moment. But we're going to have a quick look on the pole and we'll chuck the tip. Take it from there, just see if there's anything there. Don't want to go past fish if there's a load of fish down there. fishing corn at the moment. Just see if I can hold the pole there as well. So I can always pop a little feeder there if I have to as well. Might be better. Just trying to see what's about first. Still a nice silverfish, and the guy's had one or two immediately down his edge. But he looks like he's already given up fishing there because of the conditions, and he's fishing it downwind. So he's just fishing the top kit in front of himself at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what he's doing. He'll catch there. Just had a bite down the edge on sweet corn. What are we? 15 minutes into the match. Could have been a roach. There's a lot of silvers in here. It's a promising sign. 0.14 to begin with. Ooh, that's an indication again. We'll drop to 0.12 if it gets hard. Smaller grain on, just to see. 3 grains. I do like corn at this place. Catching silvers on the top kit. 20. Whoa, lad. Whoa. Oh dear. Roll on, summer. Hit me, baby, one more time. This is not cold, it's just bloody windy. Bloody windy. It's holding there alright. Fishing half a gram in 3 foot of water. I missed 3 bites before that went. Decent fish anyway. It's an F1 or a carp. We're off. Very pale. We're off. Try that again. Corn. You see myself fishing an expander today in this. Just tapping in 2 grains of corn ain't gonna make anything happen today. Just need a little pile. I might just get a little run of F1s here if there's a few about. I could always fish maggots on my right hand swim. Depends what the silverfish situation's like. There's a lot of F1s there. They're no 12. We'll definitely get more bites, but a lot of big angry carp in this lake, so hedging my bets really at the moment. God, kept me landing it out because of the wind. Top lip. rig just a touch. Now I've understand what's happening, just to get over the float a bit more, because it's dragging diagonally towards me there. I've had a fish and I've had a bite. I'm just not presenting it right at the moment. So just shortening just a fraction. It's going to help a bit. Still on corn. Not a lot happening anywhere. More sheltered swims today, I think. Carp hard today. Bites in horrific weather. Some people would say I don't fish in anything else, including me. It's not pleasant today. Welcome to the fens. Curse you, Storm Dennis. Medium grain, hooked in the top. Nice little mini plummet. Fishing. Actually a pinch. Well, the wind is horrific. I've got a chuck tip now, I can't do anything else. everyone I can see in front of me, they can't hold more than the top kit in front of them, or they're fishing 6, 7, 8 metres down the edge with the wind off their back. That's it. I can face into the teeth of the wind and fish top kit and 2 or top kit and 3 just about, but not at the moment. And it's started to tank through now as well, so I'm just debating whether to put a grab rig on or not. I don't know if that's going to make a lot of difference, but it's horrific and it's right in my face. Good old storm, Dennis. This is the bait tray. I've got some corn, just a tin of corn there, some micros, some maggots under there, sheltering, trying to keep everything down with these lids, some washters. I've wetted up some 4mm pellets, and in there I've got a little bit of ground bait. You can only use ground bait in the feeder only, so there's loads there, and it's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. That's just had a great big down this edge, fishing long over the aerator. It was Valentine's Day yesterday, and I've got an I love you small cupcake. I've already had one. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a bit of a mess there. Sure, mate. Definitely time for a cupcake. Thank you very much, my wife. There you are. Well, I left that in for 5 minutes, not so much as a bite. Come back and I foul hooked. I had a rock cast session, I foul hooked someone's manky pace float. Look, never going to get a bite on that cast. Oh, and I've lost my feeder. Luckily, we'll just slide another one on. Start again. A little washer on that one this time. Get all the rubbish off. I'm going to chuck it somewhere else. Chuck it in open water, I think, towards that bar. The last F1. Getting worse down there. I don't think anything wants to be there. water, not down the sides. Too much of a surprise, really. Do you want to live in a washing machine? Right, what I'm doing now is just putting the pot on, feeding, and then shipping back, taking the pot off the fish. Fed. Trying to fill the boat. Fish there, just F1s though. Where's all the carp? There's a load of big mirrors in this lake. I can't catch them. Out the wind today. There's some fish there now. 2 minutes to go. Well, that's it, match over. I'm just showering behind my van now. Struggling to even open my van doors, the wind's that strong. I just spoke to a guy, he says the strip lakes, it's like a mill pond. And I've definitely been on the windless peg on the lake today, on the venue I think. I think they wanted to be in the sheltered pegs. Certainly haven't been where I've been today in any numbers. I'm just going to wait for the scales and see. I think I just deserve a medal for sitting through that. Well, I'm out in the garden now, a couple of days later, and as you can see, there's hardly a breath of wind, which is just just about sums up the day that I had. Looking back, I just think I deserved a medal for sitting through that. 100% the windiest peg on the complex that was put in on the match. Anyway, I was the only one looking up the lake. As expected, or as I feared, all the weights came from sheltered pegs, which I've seen a bit recently as well. So sometimes the fish follow a nice warm wind, but when it's that bad, the better carp just want to sit on the back of the wind where it's sheltered and where you can actually present a bait properly. So there was a £110 and a £75 off pegs 13 and 15. Couldn't get any further from me than those two pegs. And there was two sections on our lake as well, and it was a bit disappointing really, because 13 was in one section and 15 was in the other, so we weren't fishing for anything in our little bowl. Our part of the lake, I think the best weight was about £42, so which might have been the angler to my left. He's had a couple of good carp and then some F1s, but the rest of us really struggled really. So £36 about average on the day on the lake. Could I have caught a few more? Yeah, well, I've lost one big carp, which you just got no feeling, no sensation when you're playing fish in that sort of wind, and it's eventually gone on a second run, and it's actually wrapped round a branch down the edge and broke me. So yeah, I possibly could have gone £46 was possible, but any more than that, enough to win the section? Definitely not. No, there's no way any of us in our arm was going to beat peg 13 or 15. But anyway, it's been interesting. It's been certainly different. I'm gonna have to start calling my channel Fishing in Bad Weather, because I don't seem to be fishing in anything else lately. So but you never know, next time I do a video, it might be sunny, it might be flat calm, you never quite know. So yeah, pretty much a sort of days or conditions to forget, but what should we call it? Character building, I think that's what we should call it. And yeah, it took me a couple of days to get over it really. It wasn't the most pleasant of fishing conditions, but there were fish to be caught. I still caught some fish, better than being sat indoors almost. So yeah, nice to catch some F1s. Also, I think that's the other thing, is the carp were in the lee of the wind, and we've caught F1s down where we were, but they're only small and there weren't enough carp down there. So caught a few in the tip, but you just wait and it'd eventually go round, and no one else was catching on the tip either. I think the fish wanted to be on the edge and down the edge and shore, but it was hard. There weren't a lot of fish there. Last 30-40 minutes, it actually felt like there was a few fish on my maggot line down in my right hand corner, but before that I just think it was too turbulent for them. So but yeah, interesting day. Hope you enjoyed watching me battling against the elements yet again. But yeah, next time hopefully we'll have a much nicer day's weather and a nicer day's fishing, and hopefully a better result.